Let's talk about tier lists. So a new tier list came out today. PGStats posted this new tier list. There's a specific phenomenon I wanted to speak on. There's a specific phenomenon I've observed that I want to speak on. I'm going to say, actually, I'm going to start off by saying one thing. See the first Melee tier list update in 6 years, as well as the methodology and FAQ. I don't really get Panda coming and saying, this is the official tier list. This is the official tier list update. We haven't had one in 6 years. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, people have posted lots of tier lists since then. It's just that no one had the gumption or the wherewithal, which I think are what those words mean, to come out and say, here's my tier list. And by the way, this one's the official one. Does it matter? When I look up tier lists for new game, like, okay, when I look up tier lists for like Grand Blue Versus or like fighting games I care about that are, you know, I just legitimately want to know what the top tiers are. I don't even look for the official tier list, because the official tier list that is brought to you by, you know, the amalgamation of various player opinions is usually the Event Hub's tier list. And Event Hub's fucking sucks. All of those tier lists are hot garbage. I usually look for a player tier list. I think player tier lists are strictly better. As someone who uses tier lists for the intended purpose, which is like, I'm learning a new game, I kind of want to know, like, okay, am I gonna be, I don't want to pick a bottom tier, you know, I want to succeed at first. Okay, but, you know, whatever, let's just run with it. Panda says this is the first Melee tier list update in 6 years, to which I say, hey, long-time Smashboards purple username Melee backroom member here, got a video coming out where we were doing a bit of a history of Fox recap. You guys are going to want to check that out on the YouTube. Follow the YouTube, youtube.com/ToadBBQ. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. But I was looking at some 8-year-old, 9-year-old, 10-year-old Smashwords posts. That was a fun stream, I think. But yeah, back in the day, we had an official backroom that determined this kind of shit. I was in there. I was a member in there. It was fucking dope, because if you were in there, your username went purple. You had a purple username on Smashboards. Moderators had red usernames. I think you could pay money to get a green username, but you had to be officially approved for the Melee backroom to get a purple username. And that shit was dope, because I had a purple username, Silent had a purple username, Scar had a red username, I think. I think you could, I think he was both. He was both backroom and moderator, so he decided he wanted the red one. But TLDR, like, you know, you were hot shit if you had that purple username. Fucking missed that shit. I don't know which purple username decided this was the new official tier list, but, you know, good for them. But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Coordinated by Ryobeat and Practical Tasks. Okay. All right. Okay. So, Fox number 1, Marth 2, 3. Okay, I like that Fox is in his own tier. The first thing I look for tier lists is Fox in his own tier. If Fox is in his own tier, I immediately know I can tune out and just not take it seriously. Because, bro, the game has been out for 19 fucking years, 20 fucking years. If Fox was the lone top tier, we would fucking know it by now. It would be obvious. Fox doesn't even win every matchup. I don't even know if Fox beats, like, Sheik mains keep telling me they think Sheik beats Fox. I don't even know if Fox beats Falco. Ginger keeps telling me Falco beats Fox. Let alone Marth. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Okay, that's good. Sheik number 5. I gotta tell you, I really do, I don't even think Puff is third, man. Puff loses to this guy. Puff loses to this guy. I don't even know if Puff beats this guy. I don't think Puff beats this guy. I think this guy... whatever. To me, I feel like there's a clear-cut top 5, and I feel like Sheik belongs in the same tier as the rest of these guys. But it's fine. It's not that big a deal, I guess. Graphically, I will say I don't really understand that it's... Okay, so S, A, B, C, D, F. That's fine. Why is there a plus minus here? And why is there a plus minus here? Like, why don't you put a plus minus here? Why don't you put a plus minus here? Like, why do they need... You don't need plus minuses on. Oh, these are pluses, these are minuses, these are pluses, these are minuses. All right. I guess so. I guess so. Okay. I will say, just right off the bat, impressions on the low tiers. I think everything up to 11 looks really solid. I actually think Samus should go up. I think Melee has a big, or the Melee community has a big recency bias problem. I fucking called this, by the way. I called this on commentary, like when Armada quit. I was like, dude, because people did this shit when and this is gonna happen with Puff too, trust me. As HBox falls off, and you know, like HBox hasn't really been putting up results the way he used to. This is gonna happen with Puff too. People have crazy recency bias in Melee, man. People are like, oh, Peach has no good results lately. Peach has no, it must be the meta. It must be the meta. It must be that all of the other characters have finally invalidated Peach the way they were supposed to, and not the fact that Laud juggles competing with a doctor job, and Triff is stuck in Europe and can't enter thing, and Armada hasn't streamed anything but Super Mario 64 for the last year and a half. It must be the meta. None of those factors are relevant to why Peach has not put up results lately. And I'm like, what the fuck are you? No! What? In this specific example, I do agree that I think Falcon's a better character than Peach. But I've been yelling about how good Captain Falcon was for years. Like, I think... I literally, side note, this is a little bit of a sidebar. I think, straight up, I think Captain Falcon's a fucking top tier. And I think Captain Falcon players just took a really long time to get good. Like, I don't know. I think the character's obviously... He's got, like, the best dash dance. He's got the fucking... I don't know. He has a fucking amazing reaction tech chase. If you ever guesses right on a tech, you die at 50. Knee is the best combo winner in the game. He's clearly a top tier. I just, like, I don't know. I'm like, when I say top tier, I mean, sure, A tier, whatever, high tier. He's clearly a good character is what I'm saying. I just feel like listening to people like Hacks, I don't know, dog. Even Hacks doesn't put Falcon. Remember when Hacks used to put Falcon like low tier and shit like that, or high tier, or mid tier, whatever, high mid tier? Even Hacks puts Falcon in top 5 now. Like, even Hacks came around and he realized the memes were just memes. But I feel like the Falcon players fucking poisoned everyone's brain for a while, man. The character is clearly fucking really good. There are 3 Falcon players in the top 10 right now. And they're 4 through 6. In fact, like, some people are saying SJ might even move up. Depending on how he continues to perform, SJ might even move up. Like, Falcon's so good. I don't want to hear that shit ever again. So, yeah, I agree Falcon should probably be above Peach, but... Ice Climbers in a world without wobbling obviously have to move down. I think Samus... Okay, when I talk about this recency bias thing... Samus is the most clear-cut example to me. Dude, I think Samus, like... I don't think Samus is worse than Yoshi or Pikachu, man. I don't know. I get it. I think Samus players... Here's what I think about Samus. Here's my honest-to-God take about Samus. I think Samus is the sort of character where she's... Okay, Pikachu and Yoshi... Like, Axe is never going to swap off Pikachu, and Amsa is never going to swap off Yoshi, right? They are so... They're so representative of those characters. They love those characters from the bottom of their heart. None of the Samus players have ever had that with Samus. There's never been a Samus player that's like, fuck, I fucking love Samus, right? Like, Plup swapped off that shit pretty quick. Duck is mostly a Sheik player now, and Duck is really good, by the way. I know you guys have not seen any Duck footage in years, but he plays with all the top players. I've played with him recently. Duck is really good. Duck's Sheik is really, really good. He just doesn't enter tournaments. But I think Samus is an incredible character. I mean, when I say incredible, I mean, like, probably... I could see Samus even in a 20XX world. I could see Samus above Ice Climbers, like straight up. I think Samus has a lot of potential. I've never felt like Samus is like a bad character the way that Pikachu, Yoshi, even Ices are bad characters. I've never felt like you can just invalidate Samus the way that you can invalidate. And the Melee community loves the word invalidate, so I'm using it with a grain of salt. It's just that there's nobody who like stuck it out with Samus the way that Axe and Amsa, like, none of the Samus players have that Samus loyalty the way that Axe is Pikachu loyalty or Amsa's Yoshi loyalty. I think Samus, I would put Samus a little bit up. Not that I care. I mean, I think the tier is correct. I would just probably put Samus either at 8 or 9. It's not the biggest deal. Going down, I think Ganon sucks. I think Ganon deserves to go down. You guys have heard my story. I think in my other tier list video, I talk about how I was debating with Armada and Laudandus about how Pichu beats Ganon in the head-to-head, and Armada disagreed with me and then thought about it for 3 minutes and then agreed with me. And he was like, yeah, I think Pichu does beat Ganon. I think Ganon he's a fraudulent character, I think, in the 20XX world. I just think Ganon just does not have potential. The only Ganon that's ever made me feel like the character can do anything is no. But you still have to kind of give him opportunities. I feel like you have to go to him, you know? I feel like you have to go to him. Oh, Kata's incredible. Yeah, Kata's good, for sure. And then, yeah, I guess Kirby's moving up and Bowser's moving down. I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like I'm more scared of... Ginger did get #1 on Smash Ladder with Kirby, which I feel like is probably just impossible with Bowser. I don't know. These characters are both terrible. I don't really have a strong opinion on them. One thing I will say is that I feel like Mewtwo and Roy are way better than the characters under them. Pichu, Ness, Zelda, Kirby, Bowser, I feel like they are F tier. I feel like Mewtwo and Roy are not. Like, if I'm fighting, who's the best Mewtwo? Leffen's Mewtwo? I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be hard. Time to buckle in. Fighting like Zane's Roy? Oh shit. And okay, I know there's no Pichu representative of that. Who's the best in Ness? Like H-Box's Ness? Like, I'm not scared of fucking H-Box's Ness. Right? It's not the same. It's just not the same. Like, I feel like these characters are definitely a step above these characters. For sure. For fucking sure. Zoma, yeah, Zoma beat fucking Cactuar, dog. Nah, Cactuar was jet lag, but Zoma's fucking good. I feel like Mewtwo and, like, dude, like, the discrepancy between the best Mewtwo, the best Roy, and then, like, the best Mewtwo, Levin's Mewtwo 3-1 Professor Pro. Zane's Roy, you don't need to say anything about Zane's Roy. Like, that hasn't, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't. And then you go immediately under that, and it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like Zelda's here, by the way. You can't see it under my webcam, but Zelda's right under my webcam. To me, it's pretty fucking night and day. I don't know, man. I really like the idea someone had an idea where they were like, we should actually survey a bunch of like low tier mains and get their opinions on the bottom half of the cast. Which brings me to my next topic that I was going to talk about in you know, pertaining to this tier list, which is that, dude, people get upset about the weirdest things. I saw, like, I don't want to name names because, like, I don't want to, like, draw undue attention to certain people who I really respect. But, like, okay, so there's always, okay, let's take a step back. There's two camps of Melee players, right? There's the type of people that love to play. There's up players, there's down players. Up players are like Ginger. Falco, #1 in the game. Falco beats every character. Falco's a winning matchup against every character. And you got, you know, Spark with Sheik. Sheik is the best character in the game. Has to work hard, but best character in the game. And then you got people like, you know, Leffen, Cody, blah, blah, blah. You know, they definitely want to remind you that their character, Hacks, up player. Leffen, down player. Say no more, right? You don't need me to. And it's so weird how everyone's one or the other. And you can never make these people happy. You can never make... I saw so many takes, people getting fucking mad today, when this tier list dropped. They were like, damn, they put my character at such and such? That's fucking crazy. That's way too low. That's too low. Like, what were they thinking? That's disrespectful to my character. And I'm like, why don't, like... The crazy thing about it is you can, because you can, it just lends to this atmosphere where you can never, like, if you put Fox too high, for example, a guy like Leffen's gonna go, that's fucked up. These fucking idiots, don't they realize that Fox has to work hard, blah, 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 blah. You put Falco too high, on the other hand, and then Ginger comes out, and Ginger says, wow, they really think Falco's #4 on the tier list? That's fucking crazy. Don't they, like, Falco's, haha, I'll show them with my, and it's just like, why? Like, why? I don't know. And it almost feels like people go out of their way. Something about tier lists in general. People just go out of their way to be big mad. You know what I mean? Why can't the Ginger people, the Ginger camp, see things from the Leffen side for like 1 second? And why can't the Leffen camp see things from the Ginger side for 1 second? Or the Hacks camp. Hacks, another up player. In other words, why can't the down players who want their character to be rated low so they feel like, people understand my character has struggles. My character has to actually work pretty hard. And then the up players, who I guess their reasoning is like, oh, if they're rating my character low, it's almost like they're ignoring my accomplishments. Because if my accomplishments were more notable or noticeable, then they wouldn't be rating my character this low. I don't really super duper get it, but I just feel like it's so weird how there are two camps of people that get upset about the exact opposite things. I guess that's what trips me out. That's what trips me out. Is that they get upset over the exact opposite situation. It's tough to argue stuff without proof, IMO. So seeing Roy and Mewtwo being rated low when they actually have wins is weird and all. I agree. I think Roy and Mewtwo could definitely go up. That being said, I definitely shit on both those characters, and Mewtwo King tried to go those characters against me. Mewtwo King tried to make a fool out of me in pools. I even let him go to FD, a stage that probably gives Mewtwo the best opportunity to zero death Fox and get long extended combos against Fox. And I still outplayed the shit out of him. And then game 2. Look at this godlike up throw up here. That's right. Didn't kill him. Fuck. I haven't watched this in years. It says 200,000 views, by the way. That's how much people love low tiers. This is my most viewed tournament set. Isn't that crazy? This is literally my most viewed tournament set. And then he goes Roy. Ha! Good luck trying to beat me with a... Sorry, what was it? D tier. Upper D tier. Fucking idiot. Nice try, Mewtwo King. Nice try. Some call you a god. Some call you a top 5 player. Well, I say otherwise. I say otherwise.